Okay, so let's get going with the scoring. So we have three variables that we're gonna need. So one is score, the other one is boat status, and the last one health. And now we'll need three functions that'll actually work with the score, and then we'll also need the end function, which will end the whole game either way, either we lose or win. And we have function damage. Open and close. And let's say boat status minus equals 10. And if boat status is less or more, and if boat status is more or equals 0, we'll say ship text equals string boat status. So if it gets to less than 0, obviously you don't want to report that because we're already dead and we can't be more dead than 0. So if boat status is less or equals 0, then we'll actually call a function later that will end the game. Then the next one we need is function scored. Right, and that'll happen when we score or where we pick up some random trash. So score plus equals 10. Then score text equals string score, and if score is more than 300, we'll actually up the tempo of our log timer. So log timer delay equals 1/500, and you can make it whatever you want. Also, we'll create a variable up here, say var tempo up. Okay, so here we'll check if we've already upped the tempo. And let's say and tempo up equals false. Here we go. Let's align that. We have a problem. Extra characters found, so that must be the one. Yep. So we are reducing the delay, and if we didn't do that tempo up true right here, then that would happen every time it would score then, right? And we only want to reduce the time between each spawning of the log once. And again, you can play with that later. So score more or equals 500, which is, let's say, the winning score, and it kind of up until 500 you can manage, at least from my experience trying to play with the with these settings. After that it gets hard, but then again you could also tweak it a bit. Okay, so we have a function scored and we have a function damage. So if we go to our trash and also our log over here, so let's open our log, we'll see that when we hit down here, we also want to damage. Okay, whereas if the log only passes out of the stage, we only want to destroy it. That's why we have these two statements. Now it makes sense. And over here, our trash, if it goes out, we don't want it to damage us directly. It'll do that later, right? First of all, we want to scored. Okay, and we'll call both functions on the main timeline or through the main timeline. So log also empty damage. Let's see. Let's comment that one out for a sec, just so we can test it out if it works. So we have our score 0, our ship has 100 health, and the water pollution currently is safe. Okay, we are getting the score, we are losing our health, so that's working. We still have to fix the pollution though, and we'll do that in a second. Okay, so that part's working. If we want to do the pollution now, we need to go to score and write our pollution function. So function pollute void open and close, and we'll add health minus equals 10, and if health is less than 80, then pollution.text equals unsafe boat status minus equals 5. Okay, at unsafe, the trash that we don't pick up damages us for 5. So that's that. And if boat status, and we can just paste that from up here. Here we go. Because after we reduce the status of the boat, we also want to report that, right? And else, if health is less than 50, then pollution.text equals toxic boat status minus equals 10, and also report the boat status if we are not dead yet. So now we're going to call this pollution from the class, and also if we die from pollution, we want to be able to do that. So boat status is less than or equals 0, open and close, and end. Okay. Let's just create a function end so we don't have a problem anymore with it not existing. And we can say log timer stop trash timer stop, and let's also trace the end. We can uncomment it up here and also add it down here. So let's try it out. So if we let the particles pass by, so the trash, save. Oh yeah, my bad. We also need to add the pollutes down here. So if it reaches the end, we should call empty dot and pollute. So now it's unsafe, and we're losing health for each one of the particles that passes by, not just from hitting the logs. And now it should get toxic. Nope. not gonna get toxic. That's interesting. So let's check that. Going back to our score. If health is less than 50, let's do it like that. Because if we have else if, then this one shouldn't be really true, right? And let's let it pass now for a couple of times. So we have it unsafe now. Now it's toxic and it's losing 10 with each particle. Actually, it's losing 15. So it's losing 5 for that one and then 10 for that one. So we should actually say if health is less than 80 and health is more than 50, and now it should work. Okay, cool.